Does the new tax law affect property ownership? Well, if you're looking to make more money by buying properties this year, let's find out. There are three things you need to know and how it will affect your buy. 1. It makes buying and renting cheaper upfront. 2. It makes your profits more traceable, which can be taxable when you sell. 3. There is more structure and real proof of ownership. Now, here is how these three things are playing out in property ownership. When you buy a property, you only get to pay VAT on services involving transactions and fees in alignment with already established bank charges. That simply means for VAT itself on land, buildings and rent. Please note, this VAT exemption is only on residential transactions. Commercial transactions might still attract VAT. Speaking about rent is income, and although it is taxable, it can be deducted through withholding that is accrued by your tenant on your behalf. Now, the withholding rate is dependent on the type of tenants that you have, whether they are individual or corporate tenants. But as a landlord, you must account for this withholding in your pricing and filing. Remember I said earlier that your profits are more traceable. This simply means that when you sell a property, your profit on that property will not be taxed under CGT, capital gain tax. Now let's give a scenario. Let's say you buy a property at 50 million and you want to sell at 100 million. Your 50 million profit is what will be taxed under CGT. Now, the tax rate on this CGT is dependent on whether the seller is a corporate seller or an individual seller. Finally, this is where it gets interesting. The law reinforces that all property instruments such as sales, leases, mortgages require stamp duty compliance, and this will help us to reduce scenarios where one property is being sold to multiple people who clamor on rightful ownership, because without a stamped document you won't even get a chance to claim that property in court. Remember these things when you're buying properties in 2026. I hope you learned something today.